Welcome to the second season of Driving with Judy. I have a good friend of mine here today, Sally Pfabe, and the first time I saw Sally walk in a room, I wanted to immediately love her and get married. I mean, she's great, she's vibrant, she's full of life, she's smart, she's pretty, she's the whole enchilada. And over the years, we've grown to get to know each other more in business. And now we're going to take some time to learn a little bit more about each other. And so, Sally, why don't you talk a little bit about yourself and let the audience know exactly who you are.
Thanks, Judy. I'm very honored to be here with you today. I would say, too, that the first time I saw you was on stage when you were giving a session at the Postal Customer Council, and I thought to myself, wow, she really can run a room. She really has got it. So I'm just pleased so much that you've asked me to join you today. I've been in the mailing industry like you for about 2 decades now. I started in some trucking business and did some marketing, and I do a lot of public speaking too, so this is just a joy for me to be here.
I'm so glad.
Excited.
I know I'm excited too, because when we start, we were talking about this one day and we're both like going crazy, like, oh, look what we can do, and coffee talk and this and that. And I thought, what a wonderful opportunity. Starting the Driving with Judy is a personal adventure for me and a business adventure, but I want other people to join and I want people to be a part of it. And I think that's what life is about, relationships and sharing. So
much.
I thank you for coming today, because I know how busy you are. You probably called out sick and probably have no more sick days left now that the government changed it.
We won't talk about that.
No, not at all. Okay, so I know that you have one daughter.
Yes, one
Okay.
daughter.
So a little bit about life as a working mom. As you know, I have a dog and a cat, like my babies. But as a woman in business that's also dealing with the stresses of everyday life in a changing world, what is it like to manage your life, your child's life? And I know the most important thing to you is that she's happy and taken well care of.
That's right.
So why don't you take a couple moments and talk about that?
Sure, I'd love to. You never think you're going to end up being the single caregiver, but a single caregiver nowadays takes a lot of different roles. You could be a single parent, you could be a single mom, a single dad, you could also be a single caregiver for an elderly parent, or as individual with special needs, or just in general in your life. You could be that one person in your family or your friend group that is really the rock. And the challenges are real. They are, like they say, the struggle is real. It is out there. It is difficult some days to actually get up every day and realize, okay, how am I going to be in 2 places at once? And can I use technology to help me with that? And how does that come together? You have to be organized. It's really important. I learned a long time ago that you have to be organized and you have to be really calm. And anybody who really knows me knows I'm a type A crazy bat at times. But I've had to learn how to manage that. And also to really be thinking 3 steps ahead. And also to try and let go of the stuff that really doesn't matter. Is something that happens during the day going to go home with me and really stress me out, or my daughter, that has to stay at home. It has to stay out of the mix, and it has to stay in the closet or in the trunk of the car when I get home. It has to stay there. So basically a day for me is I get up at 5:15, I get myself ready, I go downstairs, pretty much stumble down the stairs and grab that, cup of coffee here, get me going, and then get her up and I start my day. And I'm at my desk by 7:30 so that I can do a full day and then get out and then do what I need to do with her in the evening. She's in a lot of activities, and then when she goes to those activities, then I become a logistical mistress of things, and I have to go and do all kinds of things like grocery shopping and scheduling, and I'm still write cards and letters, so that's when I'll sit at her lessons and write cards and letters to people. I still believe in some of that old school stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the reasons I like you so much, because I think our foundation, being a parent or a non-parent, our foundation is exactly the same. And it's funny because I do exactly what you do, except I drink Tab still. Yes, there's Tab. I'm not telling you where to buy it. But I have my set of what I want to do every morning, and I'm sure you're doing what I am, picking up the cell phone, checking or the iPad.
Exactly.
Trying to get yourself together, the household together. There was a long 5 years in my life where my mom was very ill, and I had to caregive for her, and that's the first time I really had to change my routine, so I appreciate everything that you're going through with that. It's very, very important to have your priorities right.